1967, a year that stands out in the annals of history, not just for its events, but for the profound impact it had on the world. A year etched in the memory of humanity. It was a time when the world seemed to be at a crossroads, with every decision carrying the weight of the future, a year of profound change. Protests erupted across the globe as people from all walks of life took to the streets to demand justice, equality, and a better future. Global conflicts raged, challenging the existing world order. The Vietnam War was at its peak, drawing international attention and sparking widespread opposition. Cultural movements swept across continents, questioning tradition and authority. The counterculture movement, with its ethos of peace and love, sought to redefine societal norms. Technological marvels pushed the boundaries of human achievement. The launch of the Saturn V rocket and Dr. Christiaan Barnard's pioneering heart transplant were just a few of the milestones that showcased human ingenuity. 1967 was a year that reshaped the world, leaving an indelible mark on the future. It was a year of contrasts, where hope and despair coexisted, and where the seeds of future revolutions were sown. The echoes of 1967 reverberate to this day, reminding us of the power of human action and the enduring quest for peace, freedom, and progress. The lessons learned and the changes initiated during that year continue to influence our world. It was a year of both turmoil and triumph, a pivotal chapter in the ongoing story of humankind. The struggles and victories of 1967 have left a lasting legacy, shaping the course of history in ways we are still coming to understand. To understand the world we live in today, we must first journey back to 1967, a year that changed everything. It was a year that challenged us to think differently, to act boldly, and to envision a better future for all. The Vietnam War, a conflict that had been simmering for years, reached a boiling point in 1967. American involvement escalated, with troop deployments reaching unprecedented levels. The Tet Offensive, launched by North Vietnamese forces, shook the American public and sowed seeds of doubt about the war's winnability. Across the globe, another conflict erupted, the Six-Day War. Israel, facing existential threats from neighboring Arab states, launched a preemptive strike. The war lasted just 6 days, but its consequences continued to shape the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. Even as wars raged abroad, divisions deepened within nations. In August 1967, East Germany erected the Berlin Wall, a physical manifestation of the ideological divide between East and West. The wall stood as a stark symbol of oppression, separating families and extinguishing dreams of freedom. The struggle for civil rights continued in the United States, with protests and demonstrations challenging segregation and discrimination. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a tireless advocate for equality, delivered his powerful Beyond Vietnam, a time to break silence speech, condemning the war and calling for a renewed focus on social justice. Despite the turmoil and conflict, 1967 also witnessed the blossoming of hope and the seeds of change. Across the world, young people were rising up, demanding a better future. They questioned authority, challenged the status quo, and dared to dream of a more just and equitable society. From the streets of Paris to the campuses of American universities, a spirit of rebellion was in the air. Students protested against war, poverty, and racial injustice. They organized teach-ins, staged sit-ins, and marched for peace. Their voices, amplified by the growing power of the media, could no longer be ignored. Section 5. A Summer of Love and Rebellion. The summer of 1967 witnessed a cultural phenomenon that would forever be etched in history: the Summer of Love. San Francisco's Haight-Ashbury district became a magnet for young people seeking an alternative lifestyle. Fueled by music, art, and a yearning for peace and freedom, the counterculture movement reached its zenith. Flower power, psychedelic art, and a rejection of traditional values characterized the Summer of Love. It was a time of experimentation, self-discovery, and a celebration of peace and love. While the Summer of Love eventually faded, its impact on music, fashion, and attitudes towards personal freedom continued to resonate. Section 6. Music for a New Generation. 1967 was a watershed year for music, a year that saw the release of some of the most iconic albums of all time. The Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band revolutionized the concept of the album, transforming it into a cohesive work of art. Jimi Hendrix's electrifying performance at the Monterey Pop Festival cemented his status as a guitar god. The Doors, Janis Joplin, and the Rolling Stones also released groundbreaking albums in 1967, capturing the spirit of rebellion and pushing the boundaries of rock and roll. Music became a powerful voice for the counterculture movement, providing a soundtrack for a generation seeking change. Section 7. Reaching for the Stars. Even as humanity grappled with earthly conflicts, the quest to explore the cosmos continued. The 1960s were a turbulent decade, marked by political strife, social upheaval, and global conflicts. Yet, amid this chaos, the dream of reaching beyond our planet's confines remained a beacon of hope and ambition. Nations invested heavily in their space programs, driven by both the desire for scientific discovery and the competitive spirit of the Cold War. 1967 witnessed significant advancements in space exploration, marking a pivotal year in the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union. This year saw both triumphs and tragedies that would shape the future of space travel. The technological advancements made during this period were nothing short of extraordinary, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. The Soviet Union achieved the first unmanned docking of 2 spacecraft in orbit, paving the way for future space stations. This milestone demonstrated the potential for long-term human presence in space, a concept that was still in its infancy. The success of this mission was a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the Soviet space program. Tragically, 1967 also saw the first casualties in the space race. The pursuit of space exploration came with significant risks, and the year was marred by heartbreaking losses that underscored the dangers faced by astronauts and cosmonauts alike. 3 American astronauts, Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee, perished in a fire during a launch rehearsal for the Apollo 1 mission. Their deaths were a sobering reminder of the perils of space travel and the high price of progress. The incident led to significant changes in safety protocols and mission planning, ensuring that such a tragedy would not be repeated. Their sacrifice served as a stark reminder of the risks and challenges inherent in space exploration. The bravery and dedication of these pioneers continue to inspire future generations of astronauts and scientists, driving humanity's relentless pursuit of the stars. The legacy of 1967 lives on, a testament to the indomitable spirit of exploration and the enduring quest to reach for the stars.
Breaking news.
Section 8. A Heartbeat of Hope. Amidst the turmoil and uncertainty of 1967, a medical breakthrough offered a beacon of hope. On December 3, Dr. Christiaan Barnard performed the world's first successful human heart transplant in Cape Town, South Africa. The groundbreaking surgery captivated the world and opened up new frontiers in medicine. While the patient, Louis Washkansky, only survived for 18 days after the transplant, the surgery marked a paradigm shift in medical science. It proved that organ transplantation was possible, paving the way for countless lives to be saved and forever changing the landscape of medicine. Section 9. The Echoes of 1967. 1967 may have ended, but its legacy continues to shape our world. It was a year of seismic shifts, where the old world order was challenged, and new paradigms began to emerge. From the streets of America to the battlefields of Vietnam, the reverberations of this pivotal year are still felt today. The events of that tumultuous year left an indelible mark on politics, culture, and technology. Protests erupted worldwide, demanding change and justice. Technological advancements began to reshape industries and everyday life, while cultural revolutions redefined art, music, and social norms. The Vietnam War's impact on American foreign policy was profound, leading to widespread anti-war protests and a re-evaluation of military strategies. The conflict not only altered the course of American history, but also had lasting effects on global geopolitics. The enduring consequences of the Six-Day War reshaped the Middle East, creating new borders and tensions that persist to this day. This brief yet intense conflict had far-reaching implications for international relations and regional stability. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 marked the end of an era, but its roots can be traced back to the ideological battles of 1967. The year was a turning point in the Cold War, setting the stage for future events that would eventually lead to the reunification of Germany. The ongoing struggle for civil rights all have roots in 1967. The civil rights movement gained momentum, with leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. advocating for equality and justice. The protests and legislative changes of that year laid the groundwork for future advancements in human rights. The music, fashion, and ideals of the counterculture movement continue to inspire artists, musicians, and activists today. The Summer of Love, with its vibrant festivals and revolutionary spirit, challenged societal norms and promoted a message of peace, love, and unity. The technological advancements in space exploration paved the way for international collaboration and a deeper understanding of our place in the universe. The Apollo missions of 1967 were a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. And the groundbreaking heart transplant performed by Dr. Barnard continues to inspire medical innovation and offer hope to patients around the world. This medical milestone demonstrated the potential of science and medicine to transform lives and push the boundaries of what is possible.